Hiya everyone, it's Proxy Table Gaming, Hyper G with Lucky Sixes.
Howdy, y'all!
Howdy. So we're into round 5 of the Bristol tournament.
Did an accent there.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I think I could tell that wasn't your normal accent.
The y'all?
Yeah,
like that.
It's very good. Have a medal.
Thank you.
Yes, so we're into round 5.
That red band and medal, blimey.
You're doing well. So, round 5, battle report. Come on, focus.
Round 5, last battle of the tournament.
Yeah, my brain was mush at this point. I don't know about you.
Well, mine wasn't too bad actually. I was quite ready to go. I was against an Infernal Dwarves army.
Oh, so you're already thinking, no.
Oh, God.
Bad memories of Callum's
resistance blighters.
Yes, Callum had ripped you a new one.
And a lot of shooting as well. This had... Well, we'll go through it in a sec. Obviously, lists are in the bottom, but yeah, a lot of shooting and a big Immortals block, and I'm like, oh god,
here we go again.
Refused flanks are on the diagonal. We rolled up, and then it was capture the flags, which again, with one of his potentially being the Immortals.
Oh. And
I was like, oh god, but actually, he had other scoring, so we'll go through that. This is the overview picture. We actually don't. There's not as many pictures in this one. There are quite a few, but there's not as many. Just simply because
your opponent, Bristol,
yeah, FNAR on the forums.
Yeah,
quite a big player. Done a lot on a lot of
very
things
well
on the
respected,
PLT,
right
stuff, maybe. But yeah, so done a lot for 9th Age, so it's really good to talk to him and stuff. But he was conscious that he didn't want it to run out, and we were going quite slowly because of it. So about halfway through, I stopped doing pitches, as many pitches, but I tried to get them all on his turn. So I think we got enough on there. But looking at the deployment, so we did back and forth again, and then once he went first, and once he could, he put all down. So I think I put my Lancers down first. He put something else down. I put my Eagle. He did something. I did my Reavers here, he did something, and then he put all down. And that was because with this one, it was slightly adjusted that he didn't have to do 3, but it just so happened that on his third go, he did.
Yeah.
So we've got... so I put them 3 down, and then I put these just going that way, and intentionally far away from everything. I just wanted to say
you were running scared before the battle had begun.
Absolutely. I was like, I don't want to be near. So he's got 3 units of
Citadel Guard
with flintlock axes.
Yep.
And a blunderbuss unit. This is a Torok Anointed, I think.
Yeah, that's
Subjugator, the character guy.
Yeah.
Immortals. This is one of the blocks. These are 2 flamers. This is a tank thing. Yeah. I can't remember what it was called.
Is it one of the demon engines?
Yeah, that's what I think it was. It was like 1 up and toughness 7 or whatever. It was like ridiculous. And this is his just like rocket volley gun type thing.
Yeah.
So it's the strength 7 volley gun.
Okay. Yeah,
so
pretty nasty.
These guys are shooting me AP2 galore, and these are AP1, I think. And then these guys do a lot of damage, even though he's got a lot of flaming shots. So these are all right, but all the other AP stuff that isn't flaming kills me a lot. So move these guys up just over there to have a bit of chaff. These are in range of this to see if I can plink off some wounds there.
Yep.
And Dragon's just over there, hiding behind the hill going, what the hell do I do? Eagle, my plan with these guys was to try and go around.
Right.
See if I've got the movement to go around there. And my Eagle I just want to use as chaff and some shooting bait, really. We'll see what he does. So, on his first turn, his mage who has alchemy, does a silver spike.
Ouch.
And he cast it with like 4 dice and got like 6, like really high, and I was just like, I just can't stop it. Does 4 wounds to me.
And that's the only alchemy spell that doesn't have flaming attacks, isn't it? Which you would have been
gutted for. I was gutted that it wasn't like even worth trying to dispel. And otherwise, he just moved up like so. So moved up ever so slightly here. I think that's possibly the end of his turn as well. So he didn't do a lot to me. Let's see if
probably not in range.
Oh, he shoots his flamethrower and only does one, which I'm very surprised at. And then with the other one does 3 and he flees.
Yeah.
Again,
right in front of you.
Right in front of my sea guard. Although they're not charging anyone, it's just annoying, really.
Yeah, so long as they can volley fire, they're fine.
Yeah. He shoots and kills my eagle with these guys. I think these are the blunderbuss guys.
Yeah, probably longer range than the flintlocks.
And that's the end of his turn. So it doesn't do a great deal more. I move up with my dragon. I move up with these guys, thinking that like he's got an either 3d6 or movement 6. So I'm fairly.
Oh, so that's like a hell cannon.
Yeah. I forget what it is.
Oh look, you carry
on. But yeah, so I'll move up to put some pressure on him and to be just in range of some magic missiles with my dragon. Queen's Guard move up ever so slightly to get some pot shots at it. And Sea Guard just have to stay there, and I think I'll run within range. Lion Chariot just moves to face this way in case something comes closer, and so that I can charge if he gets too close or if I survive. My Lancers go round to start that thing and to hopefully try and get into a backfield.
Yeah, it's a Infernal engine.
Infernal engine.
Yeah. So
magic, get a few dice, get Favour of Measures off to protect him because that's my biggest weakness, I think. Yeah, that's just showing that. And shooting, I end up doing 1 wound to him between these two, and that's pretty much it in terms of everything. He ends up, and this is his turn, he ends up moving back. Because he's got movement 6 and I've got movement 5. So if he moves, I was just in range, like half an inch in it. So if he moves 6 and I move 5, I'm now half range out with my maximum range. So he's basically done that so that I have to march with them,
which would waste their shots.
Yeah, which is what I end up doing. To be fair, moves this guy misfires and can't shoot for the rest of the
turn or game.
Rest of the game. Sorry,
right.
And this guy he moves up to do a bit of a things. Moves up him to just get in range. I believe they're like quick to fire and stuff as well.
Flintlock axes are. I'm not sure about the blunderbuss.
Well, maybe,
we're not sure which units which are we saying.
I'm thinking. No, they probably are the blunderbuss. Well, they'd move up anyway and do that. His immortals go towards my Lancers to try and get him off early doors.
Okay, yeah.
And face my Lancers. So at least they're distracting the immortals quite a bit. But I mean, yeah. Molten Copper does a couple.
Ouch.
But they stick around.
You found a dangerous terrain.
Hang on. So,
getting excited.
So yeah, I just see this again because of the pictures. So he Molten Coppers them a little bit. I stop everything else. I then have a charge from these guys into his.
No, that's far too long. No one can possibly do that.
It's only a 9.
No way.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Is that your dodgy tape measure again?
Yeah, but and he saw it and he said he just didn't see that one coming.
It's probably a 19, really.
But yeah, so I managed to get that charge off, which actually put me 8 inches from there to his backfield one, and that's a scoring one. And my thoughts are, if I go into that on my turn, I go into that on his turn, he doesn't get a stand and shoot against me. He can't go in against. So the Inferno engine has the 3d6 random movement, but can't charge with it if it's not in his front arc.
Nice.
So that would be on his turn, and then on my turn, I could charge something else.
Yeah, so you spotted that one really nice.
So that puts me in his backfield and really could put a lot of hurt on him.
What could go wrong?
That's if I get the charge, and I do.
Yes,
so
and dangerous terrain kills me. Finally! Me. So you are rolling for dangerous terrain. Well done, Bristol. You made him roll.
That's it.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say all your opponents forgot and you were cheating all along.
So I move up like that. These guys, I think they only move up so they can just see that. But then because of it, volley fire means I can shoot at it.
Right.
These move up ever slightly to shoot there.
Yeah.
And he moved back, going.
You can't volley fire at all if you've moved.
That used to be the case.
Is it not anymore?
I didn't think the movement thing was in anymore.
Can't bother to look it up.
Either way, they move up.
Yep.
So that at least some of them can shoot.
Is your Reaver hiding behind the building?
My Reaver is hiding. He does not want any part of this.
Yeah.
He moves up to. Again, I'm thinking now that I just want to get rid of this as much as possible. So I'll silver spike him. The movement's still quite high for him. It's still a 10 and the 3, and it's like he needs triple sixes on the 3d6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still quite a high move. But I'm thinking if I can get some wounds off him with that, then happy days.
Yeah, very happy days.
Lancers around here, I think. Potentially might have flowed. I'll see. If they don't come back in,
they're gone.
And they're gone.
Yeah.
Right, so I actually, instead of going there, I do a silver spike against him.
Mm-hmm.
And do 2 wounds.
Yeah.
He counts down, I think. These guys shoot at them and do like 2 wounds or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not a lot. And that is it for that.
Yeah.
These guys kill it and overrun 7.
Oh no!
So I'm 1 inch away.
Got it.
Which actually is quite crucial because they've got the AP2 gun, they've got the AP2 gun, and they've got AP. I've just got so much shooting coming at me now, which really puts me in a bad spot. There. Onto his turn, he moves up his subjugator this way, just a bit to face them and everything. These guys are up a bit more. He's actually not just yet, but he will move them into there as well at some point.
Okay.
Immortals turn around to face again. They're all looking.
So the Lancers must have gone by this point.
Yeah. They're all looking at my main block really.
Catclaw's not doing much.
No, Catclaw moves away because he was scared of the shooting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they can do.
Oh.
And with all the shooting, so I've got 7, maybe 6 or 7 guys. All of them die. They flee my general, who's actually got 2 wounds on him as well.
Okay.
And that's put him in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah.
And that's at the end of the turn, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's just all facing there.
Hang on, go back one. Oh, your dragon is still there.
Dragon's
there. Yeah, fine. I had a panic.
So I take a long charge into them, who Thunder Shoot does 1, but I don't get in.
No.
So I move up, and then with these guys, I just move up to be facing. I think I've got better picture. Maybe not. The dragon comes right up to face down these guys, and he just rallies to face him, but he's only on 1 wound. I get Favour of Melodis off, which at least saves him a little bit. But that's it. That's just showing Favour of Melodis. And in his turn, he then moves his guys into the building. His subjugator comes up to go, screw you.
I don't care.
Yeah, and because the shooting doesn't really do a lot, especially with the flaming.
Is he fireproof?
He's fireproof,
right.
So he's 2 up. So they really don't scare him.
No.
Moves, again, just moves around to face there. And these guys have now turned to face this way to get away. They don't want any part of the dragon going into them. He moves in to block my general.
Yeah.
Getting into these guys. Between all their shooting, my Reaver goes. No chaff. And that's at the end of the turn. I think every now and then he makes like one of my units flammable as well as part of the Infernal Dwarves, but it hasn't come into play too much. This is my turn, is it?
Yeah.
So I think this is the wrong way around, but what happens is I charge here with my dragon and charge there with my general. He ends up killing my general. But I do like 3 wounds to him or something.
Yeah.
And
3 wounds left, I imagine.
Yeah, either way. He kills him and just faces him down that way. Favourite Melodis is off again. I keep getting that off in this battle, which is good. I have taken 1 wound somewhere, but nothing too bad. This one, you'll see the Catclaws there, and the subjugator is not. Catclaw decides to take a chance. take a charge into the subjugator, and with impact hits and multiple wounds, etc., does about 2 wounds.
Right.
Has a flank, a charge, doesn't take anything in return.
Oh.
As he whiffs, and runs him down.
Cat claw.
Boomtown. And then because of that leaves me a lot of shooting shots here and probably saves these guys.
Yeah.
So that's a huge swing.
Yeah.
And now he's over here, he's just going to run off. So he's saved his points as well. These guys end up shooting into the house, and they get down to like 2 or 3 and flee.
Yeah.
So I'll see. Oh, yeah. So got 3 and flee.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's saying favour of Melodis. I'm not sure. This might be them shooting at. Oh yeah, this is saying they're shooting a silver spike, and I've between the D3 wounds and the favour of Melodis, I save all the wounds.
Okay, well done.
So that was cool. These who. Oh, what happened is right again. I'll try and go back a bit. So in here, he charges here.
He charges there first.
Yeah. No, he charges here.
Right.
First. They flee.
Yeah.
And I would have needed like a 9 or a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I instead redirect into here.
Right.
So they've fled to about there. And then subsequently flee off the board.
Oh, bonus.
Which is great. And that's one of the scoring units. So now my dragon is thinking, right, it's got, if I can get onto these 2 once I've got rid of the Infernal engine, if I can, who decides not to charge me.
Right.
These guys go back off this way. Infernal.
I suppose they can march 9 inches, can't they?
The Immortals come towards me that way.
Yeah.
And so that's what. And his fire guy comes towards my Lion Chariot. Just there. I believe he only does 1 wound though.
Yeah, it's not great against non-infantry.
Makes my dragon flammable.
It's fine.
And this is on. So I think this is getting onto my. Yeah, this is onto my turn. So I get some magic off, but it's nothing much. I fly my dragon up, so it's out of.
So you're kind of chasing him down with your dragon.
Absolutely, it's neck and neck now. My guy goes off this way. They're in range, so I don't have to move, and they move up. I think for some reason to get into short range, I believe.
Well, you probably got the demon
and or to get that one as well. Yeah. So I think I moved up to. I could shoot at that if I killed that with my Sea Guard, which is what eventually happened.
Yeah.
He moves up. Does his breath weapon there?
Yeah. Why not?
But doesn't, and because I think they might be the blunderbuss guys that don't have the flaming.
There's only
There's something like that. So he chose the unit doesn't have the flaming resistance.
Mm-hmm.
He gets favour of Melodies off and Word of Iron to boost his defence just in case he gets some shooting at me, which in the end didn't matter because he just ran away. But yeah, so shoot him off with the Sea Guard and the Queen's Guard. I think do 1 wound maybe, but
it's not quite enough.
Not important enough. It looks all funny here. Basically, he's gone 2 or 3 deep and gone long.
Okay.
So that basically he wants to try and. I mean, this is his last turn. And I think he didn't realise that he was going first in the last turn.
Oh, okay.
So he's done it to set up a counter charge, and he's moved these guys enough. It was really clever, actually. He's moved these guys enough. I got another molten copper there as well, I think. Enough that they both need 11 to go off.
Right.
And they're both 10 inches from him.
Okay.
So
chances are you're escaping.
So I really need to. Get something to go there, and then it's an interesting thing what I do with that. He moves there. He can silver spike me and stuff with his mage as well. I think he does try, but I don't think that's his magic. He gets 1 wound off between all the magic there, and then this is the last turn. So that I don't kill the Infernal Engine. He stays there. These guys are safe.
Mm-hmm.
Immortals I haven't touched at all, which is understandable. My dragon's here, where these cards are.
Yeah.
He charges both.
Yeah.
Who both flee.
Yeah.
I then decide to go after these because these are slightly shorter. I think I needed an 8 rather than a 10.
Yeah.
I catch them, which is great, which means I've drawn the objective.
Yes,
because
2.
He's taken 1. He's taken 2 and I've taken 2.
Yeah.
I think he didn't take my Queen's Guard, my Sea Guard.
One or the other, yeah.
And I then try and Silver Spike and Molten Copper, but I don't get anything off.
Okay.
So this is the end of the turn as we see it.
Right.
And the end of the game.
Yeah, great game.
Yeah.
That sounds like a really enjoyable one.
Well, it was, in a sense that it was really tactical and really... Right. My knights were in, and then they were dead, and then so I had to really try and salvage something.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting game. And it was nice to chat to Aristo as well. He was really knowledgeable.
Yeah.
About everything.
Yeah, I had a chat with him as well. I mean, you chatted with him for a lot longer, but
so it ended up because of the heroics of my dragon, who was by far and away my MVP. Although Catclaw, could be up there.
Saved a lot of points.
Both of them are equally in a different regard. I'm my MVP. Catclaw on the defensive and Dragon on the offensive, really, because my Dragon got the 2 objectives points on his own.
Yeah,
and
was a real
potentially got a third. But Catclaw killed the subject, which kept all my other units alive. So interesting.
So what was the score?
The score was I got 1,830 and he got 2,139, meaning it was an 11-9 to him.
Ooh.
And we drew the objective.
Yeah.
But in the end, I was closer to getting it than him.
That's a really close battle.
So it was a really close battle, really nice one to end on. This really mentally drained me, this one.
Yeah.
All the thinking, because he was very good. What I know, I don't know about you, Antoine, what I noticed was you could tell the good players because of the way they were measuring everything and doing several
moves ahead.
We also played, because he was like, oh, do you mind if we sort of do it like in chess? So once you've moved the unit and your hands are off it, you don't move it again.
Okay, that's quite tactical.
So not in a bad way, it was more like, this is...
Well, he asked you if you minded, and I imagine you relished the opportunity.
Exactly, some more tournament-y thing. So,
you like that sort of thing, you like a little challenge.
So that was really interesting to have that on my mind, so that we were doing a lot of spotting with dice, where things could go and measuring like that.
Unit.
So that was really interesting as well.
Cool.
So, I mean, end of a tournament, that's probably the least thing you want, is something like that. But yeah, it was really cool. I was pleased in the end to get just an 11-9 against Infernal Dwarves, actually, if I'm honest.
You don't think it's a good matchup for you, do you?
I don't. Just with the amount of fire resistant stuff, and a lot of my stuff is dependent on flammable.
Well, you originally picked your health list as a fire elf, didn't you?
Yeah. It's come off the back of that. So has a lot of that in mind, and so I can make things flammable with my flaming attacks and things exactly like that. Queen's Guard are flammable.
And you got a freaking dragon,
man. So yeah, ended up 11-9 to him, put me on
51? No, 49,
I think. Which in the end put me 29th out of 60. I think.
That's incredible. Well done.
So I was really happy. Really happy.
You should be. That's a really good achievement.
2 wins, and I only aim for 1, so that's good. And the 3 losses were
two narrow defeats.
Well, 3 really. 7-13. 2.
Yeah, 2. Don't mention the nil 20.
Yeah. Who didn't win?
No.
Thanks, Felix. But yeah, so it's really interesting, really good tactical battle, and a nice one to come out as I did.
Thanks also to Bristow, who spent a lot of his time talking to us after the battle.
Yeah,
really enjoyed picking his brains, because his brains, we decided, are very, very clever.
Much cleverer than our brains
combined. Right, lovely. So make sure you give some comments, like, share, subscribe, and by going up to 49 points, that puts you 17 points ahead of me in the tournament, and I have 1 battle left to do. Obviously, I didn't know that's what I was aiming for.
Close.
But can I get 17 points in my final battle to either equal to your score or better it?
Will Hyper-G do it?
We'll
find out next time
on
PTG Battle Reports.
Wonderful.
See you later.
Thanks for watching.